Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pathfinder Plays, and today I want to talk about an upcoming survival game called Red Frost. Let's get into it. Red Frost is labeled as a story-driven, first-person perspective, post-apocalyptic survival adventure game set in the rough winter climates of last century's Russia and is created by DRAGO Entertainment. Obviously, with a lot of survival games set in Russia, the apocalypse was delivered to humanity in the form of a nuclear disaster. Though this isn't an original idea, I don't believe that matters necessarily. We don't need new ideas, but excellent execution of old ones while throwing in some unexpected twists along the way. I'll briefly be going over the key features this game espouses, and there's a lot of them, so hold on. Character progression with zombification of the player character. That is correct, your character is slowly turning into some sort of a zombie while you play. Dynamic environment with fully dynamic weather system, daytime, and the game world itself is dynamic. This means that not only is the weather changing all the time and will change at will, but the world will change in the same manner as well, without the player directly affecting it. This means it will be a different experience every time. Though the game is story-driven, the game also emphasizes exploration, so I don't think it will be highly linear. There is a non-intrusive immersive winter survival mechanic in the game that makes you manage thirst, hunger, sleep, exhaustion, radiation, hypothermia, and other diseases. The game gives you a skill system with the ability to level up these skills depending on the actions you perform. Along with these skills are perks and talents that can also be leveled up. And of course, what kind of a survival game would this be if there wasn't scavenging, gathering, and crafting? And yes, the crafting also includes base building. You will have the opportunity to upgrade a mobile base of operations that can travel along rivers, and the game promotes horizontal exploration as well by enabling you to scale obstacles and climb mountains. There is also a fully developed hunting, fishing, camping, and cooking system in the game. This game prides itself on its story, and because of this has a fully voiced storyline, but also includes non-verbal storytelling elements as well. What these include, I don't know, but it sounds intriguing. And finally, you have a large amount of gear your character can wear and use, and most of it is upgradable via crafting. That is a ton of features packed into this game, and as we can see here, the game itself looks beautiful. There appears to be some serious skill and perhaps some serious money pushing this game into creation, and I, for one, can't wait to try it. The environment itself, like mentioned before, is a harsh winter climate which can kill you if you are not prepared. You will see snow accumulate over time and also thaw over time depending on how high the temperature gets at any given time. They seem to have set in place the weather system that Dead Matter is trying to get working. I also appreciate how the developers is including the survival elements. I'll just quote straight from the Steam page here. Quote, Red Frost features all major survival elements such as thirst, hunger, exhaustion, hypothermia, and means to counter them. Survival, however, is meant to increase the immersion, interact with the dynamic environment, and support the gameplay rather than being the one and only dominant element like a typical survival game. Its purpose is to be prevalent, but not intrusive. End quote. I love that thought, honestly, I really do. If survival is being implemented in a way that is progressive, meaningful, and adds to the story and experience and isn't, as they say, intrusive, or as I would say, tedious, then we really have a one-of-a-kind experience in the works here. The exploration of the game is meant to be the focus. They have crafted a large and beautiful world filled with secrets and danger, and they want you to find them. The story will of course lead you forward in the game, and you can take your time and search every crevice of the world. The story of this game isn't merely told through playing through the missions or objectives, but through exploration. Finding different items or locations that tells a micro story or smaller story of what happened can add to the flavor of the game and give you a more enriching experience overall. But make no mistake, Just because they want you to explore this world and discover all its secrets doesn't mean the world wants you to. It is filled with various kinds of enemies and they will all try and kill you, not excluding the environment itself. As you explore and discover more areas, you will find items that you can collect and use to craft or improve the gear which you already have. If you don't feel the need to carry everything you have on your person, you can simply build a base or fortify existing locations to be your safe shelter. As mentioned earlier, you will be given the opportunity to find a mobile base as well. This base is a large plane someone tried to turn into a boat. You can't use it right away, but you can scavenge and repair the boat bit by bit, adding different perks and accommodations, even defenses. Finally, we have what may have caught your attention at the beginning of this video, which is the zombification of your character. Labeled as the corruption system, this ever-present zombification of your character not only affects you, but every living organism around you, plants, animals, other humans, etc. You will have choices on how this corruption evolves. Will you let it control you and overtake you, which will make you lose yourself but also allow you to do some inhuman feats? Or will you try to keep it under wraps but also allow yourself to be in full control? The choice is yours. The only thing we have of a story with this game is as follows, and I quote, "Waking up years after you were ordered to launch a nuclear missile beside your dead best friend gives you a solid clue things went sideways. You were supposed to be dead, yet here you are, confused, but alive. While making your way out of the missile silo, you pick up a radio transmission. The nuclear event clearly left some people alive, and one of them got in touch with you, willing to guide you to what is supposed to be the last remaining human enclave." End quote. It sounds very interesting and daunting to be sure, and before anybody asks, it is a single player experience. A lot of what they want to do, at least to the depth they are doing it, can be more easily done in a single player environment, so when buying this, remember that. Leave your thoughts down below as to what you expect for this game. Do you think it'll be a hit or simply another blunder? And just as a reminder, I do have a Dead Matter server, US East and European server, so I'll put that in the description below as well if you guys are looking for a place to call home for your Dead Matter exploits. And as always, if you guys like scares, survival, and scavenging, consider hitting that subscribe button, that like button, and share this with your friends. And I will see you all in the next one. Path out.